1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, go. Hey, not that this is like an all new bomber or anything like that, yeah, but I gotta give Hand of Arsenal his flowers, his credit. In the past, he's been so accurate with any Arsenal news, whether that's transfer news, team news, renewal of contracts, just overall certain things that happen behind closed doors. I'm not saying I know who this guy is or who his links are, but they are always accurate and seem to be accurate. Obviously, he's dropped an exclusive today about Rodrygo, and basically, Rodrygo is Arsenal's #1 winger target this summer. Exclusive. And I'm just gonna talk about what he said. I'm gonna show you guys, and then I'm gonna break it down, my thoughts. I'm gonna break down my feelings, and I want you guys to also let me know. So obviously, you guys know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 1,000 subs. Smash the like button down below. Smash the like button down for Rodrygo, and comment down below anything you think I say in this video. So let's just get to it. So obviously, yeah, Hand of Arsenal Twitter page. As you can see, 77k followers. He is a very, very trustworthy ITK. Do you know what I'm saying? The only one Arsenal related that I trust. Obviously, that's not like a mainstream journalist. And let's see if this news follows up, obviously, with the mainstream journalist. But yeah, so he said, exclusive. Arsenal have made Rodrygo the #1 winger target this summer. Story with Rodra, who is seems to be working with Relovo, which is a Spanish media. I think one of the main ones out there in Spain. He said, we can exclusively reveal that the recruitment team at Arsenal are in unanimous agreement that Rodrygo Goes is a player who could be the difference to hunt for major silverware. I agree. Several key figures at Arsenal have spoken to Rodrygo, including first team players, about life at Arsenal/North London. Let me repeat that. Several key figures at Arsenal have spoken to Rodrygo, including first team players. Several key figures, I'm assuming obviously that means, Andrea Berta. I have to assume probably Mikel Arteta, even if it's just intermediary conversations. And obviously first team players, obviously he's a Brazilian international, there's Martinelli, that there's Gabriel Jesus, that there's Gabriel, obviously Jorginho's in that hunt as well. And that's what I'm going to say. Other Premier League sides are involved, so it's not just Arsenal. I'm not going to come here and act like, we have an easy run at it, and have set out their strategy to lure him. But I'm told Arsenal will present a strong financial offer if the player is placed on the market. Rodrygo is an amazing player in a prime age, and obviously being at Real Madrid with the the plethora of talent they have, especially on that left hand side. New manager might come with new tactics, new ideas. Yes. It says, what's the current situation? I like this because it's detailed. It's not just, a little one paragraph and, trying to get your retweets and get everyone hopes up. It's detailed, statements. So as we reported weeks ago, Rodrygo is set to have a meeting with Xabi Alonso regarding his future role at Real Madrid. This meeting is yet to take place, and we can also exclusively reveal Rodrygo will try and emphasize his will to play a left-sided role. They're getting this information, so this either must be from Rodrygo's agent or Rodrygo himself or people in that camp. We know obviously Arsenal want to upgrade on that left-hand side. We want to have a player that can play on the right-hand side. We know Martinelli can do that. We know Rodrygo can do that. We know Ranieri can do that. Obviously to cover for Saka, and we want to upgrade on the left-hand side, bring a player that uplifts and takes the same gravity that Saka brings, which opens up the pitch for everyone. And if he wants to play on that left-hand side, they have Mbappe, they have Vinicius Jr. and let's be honest, those players are going to be regarded above Rodrygo. But sometimes this is what happens when you're at a big club. Obviously, you stay there for a couple of years, you win things, but obviously, especially when he's been there for such a young age. But you want to, stamp yourself as a more than just part of a team. You want to become your own player, and you can do that at the Arsenal, especially where we're just so close. I think a lot of players can see that opportunity where they can come to Arsenal and be the ones that take us over the line for Prems and Champs, and then alongside our own history, you write your own history as well. Obviously, he says the Brazilian feels this is where he can express himself best and maximize his creative potential positionally. The Club World Cup will be a key indicator of how Rodrygo's future is settled. Real Madrid are adamant they do not sell Rodrygo unless the player asks for a move personally. Real Madrid are one of those shrewd clubs. Like if a player wants to move, especially a player that's not like, you know, even if it was a big player, they will move him. But if especially not a player, like, I'm not saying Rodrygo's not a big player, but he's not, doesn't have the same gravitas as you know, a Vinicius Junior or Mbappe, probably in Real Madrid. So if he goes there and says, obviously, he speaks to Xabi Alonso, he says, obviously, yeah, maybe there'll be some games you play on left if we're not playing Mbappe or Vini there. Because obviously, I think they said that Xabi Alonso is going to turn back to his 4-3-3. So he's going to have to use one of Mbappe or Vini there, and I assume it's going to be Vini. Do you know what I mean? Rodrygo's not going to play another season at the right, and he's not going to just play a bench role. So it says Arsenal are willing to pull off an Ozil-esque transfer to complete the club, to compete with any club for the services of Rodrygo should he become available. I remember when Arsenal got Ozil, I think that was I don't know if it was on deadline day. It must have been on deadline day. But when we did get him, obviously we didn't know. But obviously Arsenal put down that money, probably had convinced the player, obviously let him know. Obviously you saw how Ozil has loved Arsenal since, and he's been loved in Arsenal. And if Arsenal are trying to do that, that means whatever money it takes. So if Real Madrid set their price 80 mil, that means Arsenal will pay that money. It's not going to be a hezzy thing where they're trying to, you know, stall and play underneath the price and that. Real Madrid are not one of those teams that, you know, you mess around with. Fans are telling me that if obviously Arsenal want to do this move, and if Rodrygo gives them the signs that the move is available, Real Madrid give them signs that obviously they'll sell him at a certain price, Arsenal move. Obviously he says, finally, I want to say it's a huge privilege and milestone personally to collaborate with a world-class journalist in Rodrygo 10. World-class journalist. So obviously I didn't even know this journalist is world-class, but if he's world-class and Hannah Ozil saying this, and obviously I'll look into this as well, that's amazing. But yeah, Arsenal have made Rodrygo their number 1 winger target this summer. I love this. You can see me. Fam, bring that guy in, man. Let's be real. You're gonna have that conversation with Xabi Alonso. He's gonna tell you what he's gonna tell you. Fam, we got the money there on the deck. We got the money for the fee and the wages. Fam, you got some Brazilian guys here that will help you settle in. Fam, London, Arsenal, trust me, that carpet, that pitch, you want it. I don't need to even. Hey, that will be mad. And I'm just seeing the details. Arsenal will do the move if it's there. Rodrygo will want the move if it's there. So let's see if magic happens, man. I'm gassed. And this will let me be patient, because it's not going to be an easy move, especially because the Club World Cup is there. That Real Madrid are probably going to try and want to win that, or at least get to the final. So that takes another month. So Arsenal fans need to be a bit patient, but I am patient. Get the Sesko move done in the meantime, and Zubimendi. And yes, comment down below what you think about just the news that Rodrygo is Arsenal's number 1 target, winger target. And like this video, subscribe to this channel, and come on. Lovely news tonight.